What if I told you the WNBA might lose its biggest star after just one season? Picture refs blowing whistles like they're auditioning for a circus, and fouls flying across the court like dodgeballs.
A record. This is her second season. And you put the numbers together, that's like 10 seasons. That girl did it in 10 seasons. That means she had won a season. Caitlin Clark is... when Caitlin Clark gets to 10 seasons, she's going to have 100 of these. And y'all can't get a girl her roses. Now, I don't like the fact that she be getting woke because she don't want all these lesbians to be mad at her. But at the end of the day, is the woman putting in the work, she's putting in the work.
Rumor has it Caitlin Clark has had enough. And if there's any truth to this, the league is about to see its brightest star pack up her jersey and walk out the door faster than a ref misses a blatant hold. From the moment she stepped onto the hardwood, Clark rewrote every expectation.
Caitlin Clark is driving the WNBA insane. It's to the point that she may need to step away from the WNBA, have a billionaire come in that has the money to prove a point, and say, Caitlin, I'll pay you $50 million just to see if the WNBA can make it without you. Let's go create a completely different league and expose the hell out of the WNBA just to embarrass this Angel Reese girl that Jamil Hill just said she could go down as a Michael Jordan of WNBA.
In her very first game, viewers tuned in at levels unseen since the glory days of the league's founding. Cable telecast ratings spiked by more than 120%, forcing networks to scramble for extra airtime. Within hours, social media feeds exploded with neon highlight reels of her pull-up triples, each clip racking up millions of views and sparking viral dance challenges in locker rooms from Seattle to Atlanta. She didn't just make shots, she made Basketball Central water cooler talk.
I will say this, when Caitlin Clark was out, they lost 55% of their viewership. So, basically, Caitlin Clark is paying all their salaries.
Pretty much.
I mean, at the end of the day, you can hate her as much as you want, but she's brought in millions of fucking dollars. So you should be kissing her ass.
Offices paused on the hour to catch her breathtaking crossovers. Gym buddies stopped mid-pickup to debate her no-look passes. Casual fans who'd never attended a game before suddenly found themselves memorizing her shooting form and drafting bracket pools around her stat lines. Even during early season road trips, announcers couldn't hide their awe. "Can you believe she's still a rookie?" became the season's unofficial catchphrase. Every bucket was another headline, and every assist another trending topic. Local ticket offices reported record sellouts. Arenas that once struggled to fill half their seats now sold out weeks in advance, with fans lining up overnight to secure courtside access. Merch tables overflowed. Her jersey outsold the next two stars combined by a ratio of 3-1, and customized sneakers bearing her signature colors became instant collector's items. In a sport where ratings typically ebb and flow, she turned each tip-off into an event you simply couldn't miss.
We're expecting some sort of dip since Caitlin Clark has been out with injury, but I don't think all of us were expecting the entire viewership of the entire WNBA to be down. And this tweet from Christine Brennan really stuck out to me. She said, "One player gets injured and more than half the TV audience for the entire league disappears. Has any other athlete ever had that kind of impact on a sport? Golf without Tiger definitely dropped precipitously on occasion, but not like this. This news is alarming for the league, and it's alarming for the league because this is such a crucial year for the WNBA.
Her pull-up triples weren't just points on a board. They were proof that the WNBA had entered uncharted territory, a new era defined by daring athleticism and magnetic personality. And as the regular season raced on, one thing became crystal clear. Caitlin Clark wasn't just a rookie making waves, she was a full-blown tsunami, and the league would never look the same. Behind every sold-out arena and sky-high sponsorship deal lies one undeniable fact. Clark is cashing checks the league didn't even know it could issue. Ticket sales in cities like Phoenix and Dallas, where crowds once hovered at 60% capacity, jumped to absolute sellouts within days of her debut, forcing teams to add temporary seating and premium suites. Network executives, stunned by viewership spikes, renegotiated WNBA TV contracts mid-season, locking in higher rates that will pay dividends for years. Brands clamored for a piece of the action. Her face now decorates everything from energy drink cans to headphone ads, and her jersey moved triple digits ahead of the next best-selling player. Yet, here's the kicker. When Clark sits out, overall ratings plunge by more than half, turning primetime showcases into near ghost towns. It's clear she's not just padding stat sheets, she's the league's economic engine.
And that kind of defeated the purpose of Angel Reese's argument of she's like, hey, it's not just Caitlin Clark that is bringing all the viewership to the WNBA. It's like, well, it definitely is. It's like it kind of proved that with the viewership rating being down that she significantly increases viewership with
Dude, they tried so hard to compare her to Caitlin Clark. They tried.
But for all the green she's generated, the WNBA seems oddly slow to share the wealth. But nothing about Clark's arrival has been smooth sailing. Her meteoric rise has come with cold shoulders and questionable calls that feel more like targeted roadblocks than mere rookie growing pains. When she explodes toward the rim, veteran defenders glare as though she's intruding on a sacred club, jamming her with extra force only to hear analysts brush it off as welcome to the big leagues. Meanwhile, referees seem to have selective vision. Clutching her arm on a clean drive earns an immediate whistle, yet when she's shoved hard enough to wobble, the play sails on without so much as a bump on the stat sheet. Commentators murmur about adjustment periods, suggesting she needs to tone down her confidence rather than call out the double standard. Even off the court, the message is clear. League memos on dress codes and professional appearance land right as Clark debuts her bold new look, almost as if someone decided her style was a bigger threat than her shooting accuracy. Social media posts highlighting her business meetings or charity work get drowned out by stern reminders about protocol, while less newsworthy antics by longer-tenured players slip by unremarked. Yet through each slight, she keeps smiling, answering every head fake with a three, every shrug with an assist, fueling the very machine that seems intent on chewing her up. The result? A superstar under siege. Groundbreaking success shadowed by a league still figuring out whether to embrace its best asset or quietly push her aside. Then came the moment that set the internet ablaze, Marina Mabrey's late-game shove. Delivered with the force of a linebacker's block. 1 second, Clark glides down the lane. The next, she's airborne and crashing to the hardwood as cameras capture every inch of the blow. There was no flagrant foul, no official review, and absolutely no protection for the league's breakout star. Just stunned silence from the crowd and a roster of commentators scrambling for an explanation. Replay after agonizing replay lit up every social feed, fans pausing in horror as playback showed Mabrey's elbow catching Clark square in the chest. In the chaos that followed, pundits tiptoed around assigning blame. Referees blamed physical play, analysts dismissed it as part of the game, and the league statement insisted they'd monitor officiating standards, a promise that rang hollow in the wake of zero in-game action. Yet through it all, Clark rose unflinching. She dusted herself off, flashed a quick nod to the crowd, and laced up her sneakers as if shrugging off an errant elbow was just another preseason drill. Her composure became an instant rallying cry. If you can't protect your crown jewel, what does that say about the kingdom? Within hours, Protect Caitlin was trending worldwide, with fans, former players, and even rival teammates calling out the WNBA's failure to safeguard its most valuable asset. That Mabrey incident didn't just spark outrage. It crystallized a movement. It turned whispered concerns into a full-blown demand. Either step up and defend your superstar or risk losing her to a league that will. And as we head into the next chapter, the question isn't just how the WNBA will respond. It's whether they'll ever again treat Caitlin Clark as anything less than untouchable. Then came the groundswell. The Protect Caitlin movement erupted across social platforms, with digital sit-ins on Twitter, Instagram stories flooded with #ProtectCaitlin posts, and fan-made graphics demanding stricter officiating standards. Supporters drilled home one stark statistic. When Clark sat out, viewership plunged by more than 55%, and warned that the WNBA now stands at an existential fork in the road. Will the league cling to gatekeeping traditions, protecting its old guard hierarchy at the expense of its breakout phenom, or seize this once-in-a-generation momentum and redefine what professional women's basketball can be? So far, the official response has felt more like PR theater than policy reform. Pep rallies on social media, limited edition bobbleheads, 2-for-1 ticket deals, and pledges to review that infamous Mabrey shove. But fans aren't buying it. They're calling out empty gestures and urging real, enforceable changes. Automated foul reviews, harsher penalties for off-ball contact, even a players' advisory committee to oversee officiating. As the chorus grows louder, league executives find themselves under unprecedented pressure. Adapt quickly or risk driving away not just fans, but the very star who's become their financial and cultural linchpin. And if that doesn't happen soon, many fear the WNBA's next playoff could turn into an empty arena.
Which brings us to the biggest rumor of all. Is Clark ready to pack her bags for Europe, the Big Three circuit, or even launch her own startup league? Insider whispers say she's quietly weighing offers that not only promise richer paydays, potentially doubling her WNBA salary, but also include robust health and safety guarantees and the kind of officiating protocols that treat hard fouls like the serious offenses they are. Across the Atlantic, top EuroLeague franchises are rumored to be circling, offering fully guaranteed contracts and built-in commercial partnerships in markets that revere star imports. Back home, the Big Three owners have made low-key overtures, dangling equity stakes alongside six-figure paychecks in a veteran-driven summer league where physicality is regulated by transparent review systems. And in hushed boardrooms, billionaire investors with ties to tech and entertainment are reportedly drafting plans for a brand new women's basketball league, one designed from day one around fairness, player empowerment, and cutting-edge broadcast deals. Imagine a league where hard fouls trigger immediate reviews, where player committees set safety standards, and where marketing campaigns spotlight athleticism over antiquated traditions. These aren't idle daydreams. They're concrete proposals on Clark's table right now. And with each passing week of pep rally politics and half measures from the WNBA, the allure of greener pastures grows stronger. If she pulls the trigger, it wouldn't just be a departure. It would be a seismic shift. One of the greatest young talents in sports history walking away from an established league to build something new and dare the WNBA to follow or fade into the background. Because when your brightest star is also your most powerful advocate, the decision to leave isn't a retreat. It's the ultimate power move. Caitlin Clark has averaged 25 points and nearly 9 assists while navigating media backlash, on-court hostility, and questionable officiating. She didn't ask for this spotlight. She just earned it. And if she decides she's had her fill of crumbs and chaos, her exit won't be a defeat. It'll be the ultimate power move, a masterclass in self-respect that forces the WNBA to reckon with what it has and what it's about to lose. So here's the question. If you were in her shoes, would you stay and fight for change or walk away and build something new?